Alright, dude. So we're on drive. As you can see, we're on drive. And I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna shut off the engine. Okay? Check out the shifter. What? Nice! Alright, dude. Again, I'm on drive, as you can see. And I'm gonna open the door, but check out the shifter. Check out the shifter. What? Mama! You're watching Reagan's Rides, and right now, I am driving the top-spec Ford Everest Titanium 4x4. Let's do this!
The midsize SUV segment received a big shock last 2022 when the next generation Ford Everest landed on Philippine shores. It combined the rugged performance that Ford trucks are known for with an astounding level of tech and safety features that will put the other contenders to shame. What was even more shocking was the price, or the fact that the top-spec Everest isn't even the most expensive of the bunch. Coming in at 2,495,000 Philippine pesos, this Ford Everest Titanium 4x4 is even more affordable than the Toyota Fortuner LTD. So, with its larger space, more tech and safety, and a powerful diesel engine, is the Ford Everest Titanium 4x4 the best pickup-based midsize SUV in the Philippines today? Let's find out.
Here at Reagan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell. One of my friends, who happens to be a motoring veteran, told me before that if there's one thing that Ford knows how to do well, it's trucks. Now, I tend to believe him because despite all of the memes about Ford online, you know, stuff like fix or repair daily or found on road dead, the Ford Everest is one of the most durable and reliable midsize SUVs out there. You see, the fact that the Everest is manufactured in Thailand also adds to that reliability factor. Now, why do I say that? You see, Thailand is the manufacturing hub for other PPVs out there like the Fortuner and the Montero Sport. So I'm pretty sure that the quality standard would be pretty much equal across all car brands in Thailand. Now, there are also a lot, and I do mean a lot, of happy Everest owners out there. So I can already tell you that it's proven itself when it comes to reliability. Another point that makes the Everest so popular here is its overall driving performance. You see, we have the most powerful diesel engine in the category here at 207 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. We also have the most number of gears in the transmission with a 10-speed automatic here. Now, there were reports before of gear hunting and some transmission issues, but Ford has already addressed that with this next generation Everest, well, at least according to them. The thing is, I've been driving this vehicle for a week now, and I've never experienced gear hunting or any transmission issues. So yeah, I would tend to believe them when they said that they've addressed the issue. Now, of course, we have so much horsepower and torque on tap here. And because of that, well, this Everest Titanium 4x4 can accelerate like a freaking rampaging bull. I'm gonna show you right now. Let's go. See, the downshifts are smooth. It knows exactly what to do, and before you know it, you're already in legal speed territory. So we have to slow down. Let's slow down again. Well, I love that. I love that. Now, that power, that kind of torque available to you means that you'll never have to second guess. You'll never have to doubt if you need to do an overtake maneuver on the highway. As for the drive feel itself, well, just like most of the Fords that I've driven in the past, the steering feel is lighter than the other PPVs out there. Now, it's not as light or as overly boosted as, let's say, the Ford Territory, but it is still the lightest in its category. Now, this, my friends, is great news for people who want to have a comfortable daily driver because you don't really have to wrestle with the steering wheel all the time. Now, I also appreciated that because the other day I wasn't feeling too well. I mean, I had a bum stomach and I had to drive the Everest back home, and because of that light steering feel, well, dude, yeah, I was still able to pilot this thing home without going through much discomfort. The thing is, well, you can't really be too comfortable when you're driving the Everest Titanium 4x4, especially when you're driving around small city streets like what we have here in Manila, because this, my friends, is one big boy. Now, I said it before and I will say it again. The Ford Everest is big. As in, it's huge, ginormous. I mean, dude, this is one macho SUV. In fact, it's one of the most badass looking, if not the most badass looking mid-size SUV in the category today. You see, it has this wide and squared off stance here that most Pinoys would love. And you will know that this is the top-spec titanium 4x4 trim because of that chromed out front grille there, which it also shares with the titanium 4x2. But the full LED headlights here are matrix LED headlights, which means that, well, they would move along with your steering wheel. Now, the side is exactly identical in terms of design to the lower trim Everest Titanium 4x2. Now, that means that we get chromed out power folding side mirrors here with LED turn signals. We get the same size 20-inch alloy wheels here. Heck, we also get the same mechanical bits behind the wheels. Now, that means that we have ventilated disc brakes on all four corners, and we have a set of standard duty suspension bits here. Now, the ground clearance is also the same as the titanium 4x2, which is 223 millimeters, but this top-spec 4x4 trim comes with a rear locking differential, which means that this, my friends, is a highly capable off-roader. Now, the cabin is where the Everest Titanium 4x4 pulls way ahead of its competition. You see, this may be a rugged, off-road ready SUV straight from the factory, but dude, it doesn't mean that comfort and tech features should be sacrificed. You see, this cabin is also one of the reasons why the Everest is such a huge bestseller here in the Philippines. I mean, dude, yeah, Ford didn't pull any punches here at all. You see, we get leather-wrapped, fully power-operated front seats here, and we also have a leather-wrapped steering wheel as well. Now, there's that fully digital gauge cluster there, and we also have a 12-inch portrait Tesla-style touchscreen infotainment system here that comes with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and the image of a 360-degree view camera, which also has an off-road mode. Now, there's also a wireless charge pad here, which, doesn't really charge your phone. It just keeps it from draining out, but at least it's there. I mean, at least we have that, right? Now, dude, this infotainment system, this screen, has another feature that a lot of these new and high-tech vehicles don't have. You see, Ford still gave us physical buttons here and knobs for the most vital bits like operating your climate control as well as the volume of your audio. Now, big thanks to Ford for doing that, for giving us those physical buttons and knobs and keeping it simple in that aspect. Now, of course, we also have a panoramic sunroof here. We also have that ambient lighting on the dash, and this dash and the door cards are filled with soft touch materials that you wouldn't expect from a pickup-based midsize SUV. Now, dude, this cockpit area is really upscale, and as I said, it's head and shoulders above the rest of the competition. The NVH is also pretty decent for a pickup-based diesel SUV. The diesel drone from the engine can still be heard while you're accelerating, but it is one of the quieter mid-size SUVs in the bunch. Fuel economy is also pretty typical of what you'd expect from a mid-size diesel SUV, giving back 9 kilometers per liter in the city when using eco mode, and 16 kilometers per liter on the highway. Now, as for the safety bits, well, this top-spec titanium 4x4 gets all of the good stuff, so if you're a stickler for safety and convenience, well, it is best for you to go for this top-spec variant. The thing is, the forward collision alert tends to be a tad bit too nervous, especially if I have a lot of scooters in front of me and it's, let's say, swarming the Everest. Yeah, so it takes a little bit of getting used to, especially when you're driving in scooter-filled Manila. When it comes to off-road capability, well, I did test the Ford Everest Titanium 4x4 out in the Lahar fields of Zambales, and it performed brilliantly. You see, this mid-size SUV would make a great companion when you're going overlanding or, let's say, camping in the mountains. See, we have a water wading depth here of 800 millimeters, which is the highest in the category. So you could easily handle stuff like river crossings or Manila floods quite well. Now, as for the ride comfort, well, dude, let's go check out the back. Whew, it's always a trip to go teleporting like that. Anyway, dude, the Ford Everest is one of the biggest mid-size SUVs in the category, and it shows here in the second row. I mean, this is not as spacious as, let's say, the Ford Explorer, but for a mid-size SUV, dude, it is spacious enough. You see, 3 average Asian dudes like myself could comfortably sit here, and we have that nice and airy feeling here at the back because of that panoramic sunroof and of course the large windows. Now, as for the ride comfort itself, well, the Ford Everest has the smoothest riding experience here at the back seat. I mean, this, my friends, is super comfortable. It doesn't even feel like I'm riding on an SUV that has a pickup-based platform. I mean, yeah, it's refined enough for its category, although it is not as refined as, let's say, a mid-size crossover that has a unibody construction. The thing is, dude, this is a hardcore off-roading mid-size SUV. So, given its construction and its life purpose, this back seat, my friends, is mighty comfortable. The top-spec Ford Everest Titanium 4x4 also gets these tastefully designed LED taillight assembly here, as well as a hands-free power liftgate. Now, this, my friends, is quite convenient, especially when you're carrying a lot of stuff and you have your hands full. Now, dude, as for the cargo capacity, well, it is quite robust because when we have the third row seats folded here, well, we do have enough space for around 4 medium-sized luggage. There. I thought I didn't hit it, but yeah, the sensor for that hands-free liftgate is pretty good. Now, dude, if you're looking for the spare tire, well, you can find that underneath the car.
It's really quite easy to see why the Everest Titanium 4x4 has a long line of potential buyers in the country. This midsize SUV delivers macho good looks, a ton of tech, safety and space, all in an SUV that isn't even the most expensive in the category. Now, that is what I call a tremendous value for money. So, despite all the memes online about Ford vehicles, well, it seems that the public has spoken with their wallets. With so many Ford Everests roaming Philippine roads today, we can safely conclude that this Ford Everest Titanium 4x4 is one of the best, if not the best, midsize SUV in the country today. Thanks for watching.